Welcome and hello everybody. Thank you all for tuning in on the luckiest episode of them all, number 7, of the Dark Souls 3 Let's Play. And of course, not only is this lucky number 7, but this is of course the finale. So let me get on up and let's go ahead and beat Dark Souls 3. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope you all have been fond of this series as we are closing in on the end right now. We have a little bit to go though. This is going to be kind of a lengthy episode. So just a forewarning, I'm sure you guys may have noticed that the runtime is a little bit longer. But we have a couple things to do. So we're going to definitely get our weapon to plus 10. Ow. But not only that, but we're going to go ahead and... Come on out now. Get our weapon to plus 10, and we're going to max out our Estus and bone shards so that we are going to have plus 10 Estus flask and 15 of them before we go take on the final boss. Oh, I'm mashing R1. That is not the correct button for this build. This is not happening. Okay, Mr. Shieldy boy. Now, why couldn't you have done that? Okay, you know what? That's fine. Uh-oh. So I probably should admit that I've been playing a little bit of Bloodborne. So my heal button is just kind of confused right now with me. I'm trying to hit triangle. But, ooh, cool. Got ourselves a Titanite chunk. We need a couple of those, and luckily for us, they are quite a lot in this area. We're going to run through real quick. And we have 5 bosses. So last week we had a staggering 4. This week we have 5. We have Osiris. We have, let's see, Dragon Slayer Armor. We have Champion. I'm not going to exactly spoil the full name of that boss, just in case y'all haven't seen him yet. And then we have Lorien and Lothric, and then of course the final boss. So, strap on in, get comfy, enjoy what is going to be the last episode of this. You may or may not have realized that I just said the names of the bosses and I left one out, which is the Nameless King. So I've kind of decided that maybe one day, as a surprise, I'll do a bonus episode and upload the Nameless King as a boss fight. And that'll be kind of fun, mainly because the full play, when both mine and Brett's schedules line up, that is going to be 100% all bosses in the base game, not including DLC. So he is going to be included in that. So for those that are waiting for the full play, sit tight. Once Brett and my schedule lines up better, we'll have it out there on Twitch, and then we'll upload it to YouTube right on after. And other than that, I asked the question in last week's episode, what did you guys want to see me play next? And I got Dark Souls Remastered. Actually was talked about in our Discord and of course in our YouTube comment, saying that that's what they want to see is the remaster, more so than Bloodborne. Even though I did have people say they wanted Bloodborne too. So I think I may go ahead and do the remastered to kind of keep with the Souls vibe. And go Dark Souls 3, Remastered, then maybe 2, and then Bloodborne. I don't know, though. We'll see. I'm going to take a break for sure in between this and whatever my next endeavor will be. Just to kind of give myself some time to relax and play games that I've been really, really wanting to play. So it'll probably be a month or 2 before I go ahead and make another one of these. I just really don't know what it'll be. And I've kind of been thinking, too, is that, like, this capture card opened up a lot of ideas and opportunities for games that I've always thought about Let's Playing. Okay, I dodged there, but no, it's okay. Come on out. Let me get this bonfire real quick. But, yeah, so, like, Octopath Traveler's coming out. That may be an interesting Let's Play. Let's see, what else is there that I'm really, really excited for. I picked up Hollow Knight, and I highly recommend anybody who likes any kind of platformer game, or just, actually, I'm just going to say a good game in general, then you're going to really enjoy Hollow Knight. And I really don't need what's in that chest over there. But this area here that I'm about to go into is, like, known for deaths. Like, I don't know what it is, but, like, I have died numerous times in this area, and it's just an annoying area to kind of get through, in my opinion. We got ourselves a little ambush here we're going to prevent. But we're going to get to the Dragon Barracks, which is this next bonfire. And other than some Titanite chunks and a undead bone shard right on the other side, we won't be coming back to this area until we take out 2 bosses. Let me go ahead and get through here. There's also a very, very annoying enemy above me that throws down undead hunter charms, which are those charms. Oh, see, he throws down those charms in which it prevents me from using Estus. So if I get hit by one of those and I'm trying to... And here's the halberd guy. And there's a death. See, I'm telling you, this area right here is relentless. Which is ridiculous, too, because there's such a very short distance between these 2 bonfires. I was pretty much like up those stairs and then to the left a little bit, and then that's the bonfire. And then just right past that is everything else I needed. But alas, we have ourselves a death. And since... Did I just put my weapon up? There we go. Since the full play, I'm going to have Brett there with me. I can focus a little bit more on the game, more so than the commentary. And we're actually going to do a death counter. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to integrate it. But I have a feeling there's going to be a lot less deaths in that full play than there is in this one. Let me go up here and get my souls real quick. Even though I know this is tricky. Because it's probably going to... come on now. Don't stab my eye out. And then I'm just going to charge up R2. Oh, nope. I was going to say in hopes of breaking his guard. But nope. That did not work out well. Just give you a little bit of disrespect. But yeah, I'm really excited for Octopath to finally come out. I've been playing that demo, like, and I realistically said on the podcast, like, probably 20 hours total. Because that's how long this guy, this bow and arrow... Come on then, axe guy. Come on down to my court. Silly large Titanite shards. I don't need those anymore. Oh, did I get hit by it? Yep, I did. Okay. So you can see this little fog around me. And you can now notice that my Estus shard... Or not shards. My Estus flask are now blurred out on the UI down there. Which means that for this duration of like... a minute or a minute and a half, I cannot heal. I can't even use embers, even if I was unkindled. But let's go ahead and grab this soul over here real quick. And pick up this Titanite chunk here. Ooh, nope. Okay. Just go ahead and run to the bonfire. I got to heal now. Where are you at? Come on. Why are you the way you are? Just such an annoying enemy on that bridge up there. Alright. But here is the bonfire that I was talking about. I'm going to go grab that ember that is over there. The shiny in the world full of dark. And let's grab our Estus. Not Estus, no. Undead Bone Shard and Titanite chunks. On this side over here. Gonna do a little bit of homeward bone stuff. Because you can drop down here. And yes, those are dragons. Very angry dragons. Alright, and we'll bonfire back real quick. You know what? No. No, we won't. We will homeward bone back real quick. I think it's taken me all the way until the final episode to stop calling the action of Homeward Bones bonfiring. I do not know where I picked that up from. I just don't. I don't know why I even say that. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and go back, then go forward, and then go back. And then take out a boss. Sound good? I hope so. I hope you said yes. These loading screens, they are something, though. At least these loading screens started out better than what Bloodborne's did. I don't think anybody who played Bloodborne will forget the loading screens that they had. Not only were they just black with Bloodborne logo on it, but they were like 3 minutes long. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and go all the way back to the shrine. We may level up if we can. I can't remember what my soul count has to be now. I'm sure it's fairly high. But let's see. So yeah, we got everything to get on Titanite slab. That's something that's interesting to me because I always get the one from Archdragon's Peak, since it's kind of left out in the open. But since we have, there we go. Yep. So since we have, we're not going to do that in this episode. Then I was kind of trying to remember how to get one. Let me go ahead and burn this undead bone shard before I forget. And then I forgot that you can actually give Pickle Pea and Pumperum the coiled, what is it called? Coiled sword fragment? Bonfire fragment? Something. It's what we were going to get in this next area. And they'll give you a Titanite slab for that. So, we're looking pretty good in terms of having our weapon finally upgraded. And I'm pretty confident in my endurance right now and my health, so just gonna pour in a dex for the remainder of the game. And we're gonna travel all the way back to, oh, I forgot it's way over here, the Dancer Bonfire. Because the area that we were kind of running through getting Titanite chunks there, I don't think it really showed it because I was kind of running around them without trying to see them at all. Where there's walking pus of man mutations in this area, but right after that is a boss, and then a really cool area after that boss, which doesn't have any items we really need except the item we have to give Pickle Pea and Pumperum to get the Titanite slab. So it also has an item that it contributes to the ending of the game, which I guess we'll go ahead and pick up while we're there. We might as well go ahead and grab it. Go ahead and switch off my homeward bone, because never would I give this item or trade this item to them, because what it is essentially a unlimited use homeward bone. You can go back to the shrine, you can go back to your bonfire last rested at, and you don't have a limit on how many times you can use it. Oh, that was just a total complete failure. Let's go ahead and run away from the thralls that are annoying. What are you doing? Okay. But if we go ahead and take this elevator that we just took a moment ago, right on back down, we can hop off right here before it gets to the bottom and take a very, very easy shortcut to the boss. Dragon Scale Ring. Move out of my way. There's going to be some Holy Knights up here that we are going to 100% avoid, especially this guy with this big old Holy Knight greatsword. And check out that sound effect. He thought he got me. You.
You ignorant slaves. Finally taken notice, have you? Of the power of my beloved Ocelot, child of dragons. Well, I will not give him up, for he is all that I have.
Double you. So this is Osiris, the Consumed King, who, as you guys can tell, is a very malformed dragon. And kind of a somewhat annoyingly difficult boss fight. It's not hard per se. There's elements of unpredictability to him that, in my opinion, have always been kind of hard to telegraph, in his second phase at least. Oh, no. Let me move behind you, because I know That fog is about to appear. Okay. So here comes the annoyingly unpredictable parts. Whoa, okay. I do not know what happened there. That part. I, for some reason, have never gotten that. Oh no. I'm not going to die to you. He did take me a lot of tries on my first playthrough. Ever since then, though, it's been very rare that I've died to him. Just because... Okay, I was going to say, can you lower your head back down so I can get to it? Thank you, sir. So, 1 boss out of 5 down. We're about to be very close to the second boss here in just a moment. And we have 1 more Undead Bone Shard and 2 more Estus Shards to get. And those come pretty naturally. The last Estus Shard is somewhat hidden. But we have this guy. Whoa. What? Relatively easy to kill. But that is also a dragon enemy that, man, I can't remember the name of right now. But we get Path of the Dragon. Emote essential to getting to the Archdragon's Peak. And this is just Titanite scales. So you beat the boss and you come all the way through here and you're pretty much, you know, especially in offline, you're not going to find this or think about finding it. But you pretty much think like, oh, okay, so this is it. Where do I go now? Because this whole entire area is optional. But it's this way. Oh, and I'm used to hitting circle to jump in from Dark Souls Remastered. But Striving Stone. And then, for those that have been here since the beginning, this place is going to look oddly familiar. There is the Ashen Estus Ring up there. I'm not going to mess with those Corvians, though. Do not feel right now to be annoyed. But yeah, so this is definitely... Oh, here we go. Cemetery of Ash from the very beginning of the game. Oh my gosh. Grey Warden, stop, you're dancing. And these dogs, I don't know what it is in particular about these dogs in this area. There's a couple here in a second you'll see that they just creep me out for some reason. Because it's just like they're just sitting there. Look at them. Like, what are they staring at? But that item, I'm 99% sure is either a Titanite chunk or a large Titanite shard. And it is not worth aggroing those dogs to get. And we're about to have an NPC invasion here in just a moment. Whoa! I do not think I have ever seen her. I don't think I have ever seen her parry me. Well, we're just going to beat you the old-fashioned way and knock you off the cliff, I guess, then. Or no, we'll just do it the right way, I guess. Okay. So, I did mention about Blackhand Goddard and Lion Out Alfred. You guys are going to see them here in just a little bit, do a short return. But we're just going to run past those guys. And lo and behold, we have Champion Gunder. Now remember, Idix Gunder was his previous title. So I'm pretty sure that this is, and this may not be correct, but this is what I think I remember either reading online or just having a theory about, is that this is a champion that was supposed to complete the task that you are currently completing. And in the real world in which... Okay, I'm going to need to heal real quick. I am too low for comfort against this guy. He basically becomes a Tekken boss here in a moment. If he gets that far. No, he's not going to. Oh, he might. Oh, yeah, there he goes. He starts like kicking and throwing you. It's absolutely, it's almost, I would say that it's not my like least favorite design for a boss, but it's certainly odd. You guys didn't really see it, but he would definitely kick you. And it's very reminiscent of like a Street Fighter Tekken style boss you would fight. But let's see, let's get this bonfire. But yeah, those 3 NPCs that I talked about, they're going to come back into play here in just a moment. But, or I say in a moment, it's going to be a little bit down the road. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure that in this world, he has become the champion. And this could be completely opposite, like, of what it actually is. But I'm pretty sure that this is a world in which the fire has been extinguished. And he is the champion of the flame that extinguished it. So instead of being the champion that we are, this is a world he was like successful in, depending on your views on extinguishing or igniting the flame. And it's interesting because it's here, and if you come in here to Firelink, their thrones are here. And you'll notice that instead of a shrine bonfire, we have the cold sword fragment, what I was talking about earlier. And the handmaid is still here. She actually sells Artorias' set from Dark Souls 1, the Wolf Knight armor set, and the priestess ring. But it's very weird, and it's kind of eerie. When I first got here, I was kind of creeped out by it and how well they did it. And that's something that all the Dark Souls games have done pretty well so far, is how they almost have an alternate reality in them. But we're going to pick up Eyes of the Firekeeper. If I give those to the Firekeeper, then that will unlock the second ending, technically. And I mean that in terms of the ending without it, the ending with it, and the hollow ending. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to bonfire out of here and go back to the real Firelink. So that's 2 bosses down, 3 to go. What's crazy is that the last boss isn't even the hardest boss to me. The second to last boss, Lorien and Lothric, are the ones that have always given me troubles. But also, something that's interesting, I'm going to be silent for a moment, but the music changes when you give her the eyes. So I'll let you guys listen to this for a couple seconds, and then listen to the difference. Okay, so you're probably familiar with that music if you played it. It's just that very subtle violin music. So if you give her the eyes, we'll listen to this.
Ashen One, are these eyes? How gracious of thee, Ashen One. The very things we firekeepers have been missing. Farewell, mayst thou thy...
See, so it goes from a very subtle violin to a very subtle piano. And if we talk to her now, you can wish for a world without flame. Which I'm not going to do. I don't like that ending as well as the ending with flame when you summon her. But let me think. Okay, so now we only need one more Estus flask. But yeah, that music though. And it's going to stay this way too. Something else that we can do real quick is replace the Pontiff's right eye ring with the prisoner's chain. And that is right here. So this increases vigor endurance, and vitality, but you take more damage. And we have the Moonlight Greatsword, of course, which I can't remember what boss we get this from. That might be Osiris that we get it from. Okay, no, maybe it's not because I have the soul, so it's Osiris. Yeah, so it is Osiris. But I'm not really worried about that ring. That ring is almost a staple in almost all my regular runs. But this run so far, as I said, has as new as it is to me, has been working out kind of well with the setup that I have now. So I'm not going to really mess with it at all. I am going to do the little roof trick real quick and get back up to Pickle P and give him that coiled sword fragment. And then we can get the Titanite slab and we'll have a +10 weapon to go take down Dragon Slayer armor and then Lorien and Lothric with. Which in this case, and then the normal run that I go through, I actually go to Archdragon's Peak and then complete that entire area before I go through anything else. Alrighty, so we got the Titanite slab and then a call over emote. And we're just going to make our way back down. Oh, not this far back down. Whoops. This is all the way to the outside of the area. No big deal, though. We'll fix that by doing some fancy rolls and jumps. Nope. I don't know why I'm trying to go down to reinforce. And there we go.
Be careful.
+10 sharp, sail sword, 10 blades. Twin blades. So we are good to go in terms of everything else. We're just going to go ahead and pump everything into Dex because we lose a little bit of scaling. So we're going up 6 levels now. And you can see that we're going from 375 to 381. Once you hit level 60, it starts scaling properly again until level 80. So it may seem like it's a waste of points in a weird way, but for now, we're kind of just going through the threshold of what they kind of give you as a soft cap, so you will stop, but it opens back up. But onwards to Dragon's Barracks at Lothric Castle. And then we're going to take down our beloved Dragon Slayer armor, which is like the Superboy from Dark Souls 1. And then we are going to pretty much just kind of fly through Grand Archives. Grand Archives, if you know where to go and Crystal Sage just doesn't mess you up, then it's a very easy and short area. Especially the latter half, the ending of that area. Aside from what you guys will see is just kind of annoying. Let's see if I can get lucky, though. Every now and then I can manage to run across this bridge. No. I don't know if it's a glitch, or I don't know if it is a... I don't know if it's a glitch, or... Oh, come on now. I didn't know you can hit me this far back. This is just going to call for a bonfire reset at this point. But I've managed very rarely to get all the way across without those dragons breathing fire on you. So I don't really know what is the trigger for that. I don't know if it's RNG to when you get to a certain part of the bridge. So like... So by the second pillar on the bridge, they start breathing fire. Gotcha. But other than that, like we don't need any items. Like we're fully upgraded. We don't need anything at all. We can literally, this is where it becomes just a boss run because we're just literally going to breeze past these guys. We have no reason to stop. We have no reason to worry about anything right now, including opening up this shortcut. I'm going to go ahead and do it just in case. But like the stuff you see littered around this bridge right now is embers, and I think there's 1 or 2 Titanite chunks around there. But we're not going to, did you just... say cauliflower to me? Come on. Alright. But luckily Dragon Slayer armor is a pretty easy boss to take down. Which... Nope. I am getting kind of disoriented. But we're going to go ahead and open the bridge up. Take on some really massive frame rate drops for some reason. I don't know why that happened. I'm going to grab this soul here. And just drop down. And avoid this big old guy. And the little sorcerer that's going to buff him. And we're just going to go ahead and fight him. And then we have Grand Archives to really take on. I'm going to open up the shortcut just in case. It's very rare that I die to this guy, but just like Osiris, and I said that, I got massive damage just hit me in the butt real quick. We're going to make sure that doesn't happen here. His second phase is really annoying because there's a chance he may not even kill you. But of course, we do have Ornstein's armor set. Enchanted. And I thought this was a really cool boss fight. And this right here is to fake you out because you think oh, I can go up there and do a critical attack or, you know, get them real good. But nope, that will not allow you to do a critical attack. Just give you damage. And he rotates so much. That's actually been one of a big cause of my deaths against him have been, in which you think that you rolled out of the way properly, but he just rotates around and kills you. And there's the wide sweep of that. Oop, 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 oop. I know that wasn't English. That was Saul language there, because these, I don't know what they are in terms of name or lore. I don't know if they're the corpses of dragons. I've actually never even like really cared enough to look what these guys are up, but they will start shooting things at you that hurt you really, really bad. But anyways, talking about the NPC invasions and stuff. So beforehand, before Vort, you can summon Sir Alfred the Lion Knight, and then you can summon Goddard for Pontiff Sullivan. And I'm sure that the chick that we just was invaded by, the Krimhild, the sorcerer girl, she can be invaded or summoned somewhere too at some point, I would think. But this is actually Goddard here. And he just gave us the keys and his twin blades to kind of get into this place. And his twin blades are pretty cool too. But the fact that he's here, I want y'all to keep in mind. Because they're all going to come back and try to kill me at the same time. And they're not invasions. They're like the real versions of themselves. And I thought that was super weird and out of left field. I think it has to do with the fact that you're on your way to try to kill Lorien and Lothric. And that they serve him. We almost just dished out 3,000 damage against Crystal Sage. Absolutely bonkers. But I always thought it was super interesting. How did that hit me and not do damage? I'm not complaining. I'm just kind of thrown off and kind of surprised. I still have all my buffs for being fully healed. We're going to do some super juke moves now. No, we're not. Got hit anyways, but if I can roll over here and get this stuff. Even though I don't really need it per se. It's just... Ooh, no way. Oh man, that was going to tilt me so much if that killed me. Because of the little Crystal Sage, whatever that little attack is called. Little crystal ball. Oh my gosh, move. Crystal Lizard, I don't need you. But the wax on my head, that's where those hands that come out. And like I said, I don't think we're actually going to run through, but I always put it on my head just for safety reasons in case I do. Let's see if I can kill Crystal Sage right here. Thank God. Okay, because between Crystal Sage, these two thralls, and this guy, this area is very... And the guy behind me. Oh my God, that great heavy soul arrow did some damage. And this guy with his little tempered sword. You want to throw some fireballs at me? What are you going to do? Or firebombs, I should say, not fireballs. And now here... Up here is where all of my Estus Flask are going to go from 9 to 0. Because we have to run through like 3 gargoyles, maybe 4. And then we're going to have to go through those 3 NPC battles. And we are going to get our last Undead Bone Shard and our last Estus Shard right up here, actually. Well, Estus Shard's a little later, but it's pretty close. There's no bosses in between it. So that's what I mean by fairly close. But these guys you can totally avoid. There is 2 twinkling lizards behind me that you can grab if you really want to. I think there's a ring in this corner over to my left on that rooftop. I think. And that's just a Titanite chunk. So, oh my gosh. And I hit circle just a moment too late. But have no worries, because we are through it, and they popped in. Undead Bone Shard. And just in case any BS tries to happen with these guys, I'm going to kick this ladder down. Because I am running dangerously low on Estus Flask. Did I even rest at the... Wait a second. Did I even ignite the bonfire here? I think I did. Whoa, that was kind of weird. My hood just kind of popped on. Okay. So here these guys are. We had Alfred in the middle. Goddard over there. And then Krimhild. Krimhild? I don't know how you really say her name. Over there. But... they're chumps, except her. Goddard kind of sits back and shoots arrows at you for a little bit. Her sorceries can end you very quickly. So my tactic is to kind of stay behind this really cool looking wax statue until Goddard decides to come over. Because a combination of what she just used with that kind of AoE damage and then the Great Heavy Twin... I can't even speak right now. The Great Heavy Soul Arrow can really wipe you out. But once you wipe out the other 2, I've seen people say go for her first. No. There's no way that you can go for her first. What? She did it again! I've never... Come on, heal. Oh my god. What is... I really have never seen her do this before. But you get the Golden Crest Shield from Alfred. You get her staff. And then from Goddard, I forget what you get. I think it's the Ori and... yeah, Onigiri and Kabarachi, I think is what the thing's called. Ubadachi, okay. So, and those are kind of cool to mess around with as well. I am going to take this elevator down, because this is a shortcut that you can use. You can actually use this for Lorien and Lothric if you want. I always find using the Dragon Keeper, what am I saying? The Dragon Slayer's Bonfire and the shortcut we're going to unlock in another couple seconds there. I actually like using that one better. For some reason, it's in order to use this one, you have to run all the way up this big old long bridge and staircase to get to Lorien and Lothric. And in my opinion, it's less hassle if you just use the second one. And it takes, I'm pretty sure it takes a little bit longer, but not long enough for it to really care or matter. But we're going to come all the way up here. We're going to avoid 3 wingy boys that are going to be, kind of seeing if they're camping out. Those guys can end you immediately. But this is also a fantastic farming spot for souls. I think you can get something like... I don't know if it's like 40,000 souls in just a couple minutes or whatever, but you could actually get quite a lot of souls really fast from those guys. Dang, and now I just now realized there is a hunter's ring up there. Okay, you know what? We're going to go ahead and go for it. Like I said, I'm not used to decks. I'm pretty sure going up there or even close to this building will trigger them to jump down. But I don't think they can come up here anyways. So we're going to go ahead and grab it real quick. But I do apologize too. I guess I should have mentioned this in the very beginning of the video. Is that you may have been waiting on Tuesday for this video to come up. And I will put them in the description again. But for those that really enjoy it and have a Twitter, follow us on Twitter, because I was having issues with my throat. My throat was incredibly sore over the course of like Monday and Tuesday and even Wednesday. And I was really, really worried that not only would I sound terrible and it's just not an enjoyable listening experience, but at the same time that I would lose my voice and I wouldn't be able to record our PlayStation podcast on Saturday. Or actually, it's not even going to be Saturday this week. I'm having some dental stuff done in terms of wisdom teeth. And we're going to kind of have to figure out a work around that. But now we are going to have the full 15 Estus and full maxed out undead bone shards. So we're going to be in a really good position. And with that, Hunter's Ring, that should have boosted me to 61 dexterity, I'm pretty sure. Let me go ahead and check real quick. Yeah, or 60. So now my scaling is going to be a lot better. Instead of going up in increments at 1, it should be... Or, well, no, I forgot those rings don't really matter. So it's going to go from... Ooh, excuse me. So let's see. It's going to be 385 now. What is the ring going to give me? 434. So, yeah, we're looking a lot better. And, nope. Weird muscle memory does that. In which you kind of go all the way back down the menu. Even in, like, the first time I'll play, I'll go all the way back down to burn an undead bone shard. And, of course, you don't get one for quite a... I would say quite a while. But you don't get one for a while. And it's just like, nope, what am I doing? I haven't even gotten into the undead settlement yet to get the bone shard. Why am I even trying to go down there? But, yeah, it's weird. But, yeah, we're almost done, guys. We have 2 bosses left. And if all goes well... Probably in the next 20-ish minutes. You know, I said this was a long episode, but I forget how well... I don't know what I was thinking. Ignore me. But, yeah, I don't know what I was... Yeah, I forget how easily these areas are to get through if you are experienced enough in the game to know where to go. And you know what items are what, because you don't have to worry about wasting time... I say wasting time. That's kind of a negative thing in this term. But you don't have to use time exploring and finding stuff. And I think it tends to work really, really well in formats like this, in which we're just trying to get through it and provide an enjoyable experience for you guys. I will say, though, that there may be a time come in which I will play a game as a Let's Play, and it may be something I've never played before. So you guys can kind of discover the game with me, kind of commentating over it. But we're going to run through all these guys, and we're going to open up this shortcut right here. I think I should be good in terms of healing items and my health, so I'm not going to run all the way back to the bonfire. But, just for a frame of reference on where we're at, this is a little area I haven't really ventured into. But, out here to the left, you can see the doorway for the shortcut for... Dragon Slayer armor, and then to the right is the entryway to get into Dragon Slayer armor. And you may be thinking like, oh, well, this is like a little bit farther, and yeah, it is. And I think this is one of those weird elevators too. Okay. Yeah, this down below I think is a... Actually, I can't remember if it's a Titanite slab below us, or if it's a Titanite chunk. I know that this is one of those weird dual elevators that... Oh no. You guys were supposed to leave. Why are you just standing there? But I don't know if this is one of those dual elevators in which there's one for up and down, but okay, we're going to try this. These guys are really annoying. Thank goodness for iframes, because when I open up this door, they can't hurt me. What are you doing? Why are you not chasing me? Okay, because you know I'm about to go kill your king. We're going to go ahead and top ourselves off. Okay, I'm going to let you guys watch this cutscene too, because it's pretty cool.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender. Welcome, unkindled one, purloiner of cinders. Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords, let it all fade into nothing. You've done quite enough. Now have your rest.
Is it just me, or did he not say you've done enough? But this guy, oh, what am I doing? This guy has given me some proper troubles in my time in this game. And I'll never forget the first time that me and Brett played this game. We actually used the share play function for the first time because he was having troubles. And it made for a really enjoyable experience to try to, like, I was trying to help him beat the boss because we weren't trying to summon or anything. And I was actually playing on his PS4, and it was a really fun experience. But I don't know what it is, just something about his moveset is either I can't get down mentally, or it's just something that is a complete fight against what I am currently, like my current playstyle. And some bosses that work that way too, like a lot of people don't realize that they may be having a trouble with a boss because it counters your playstyle perfectly, and it's just not something you realize. But now his brother, I think I'm pretty sure I skipped that cutscene. I'm sorry guys. But his brother is now on his back. Lothric, the younger prince, is now on his back, and he's casting sorceries and stuff at me. The goal here is to kill him, because when you kill Lorien, he will just resurrect him. And the only way to kill him is to get behind them. Or, if you knock down Lorien, he will... Why did you teleport way over there and not do your great soul thingy? Okay. But as you guys can see, if I hit him, his health bar goes down too. But... okay. I was like a second too late there. But now I can go ahead and start digging in on Lorien. Or Lothric, I mean. Come on! No! But luckily, if he gets revived like this... where are you gonna go? You can just get behind him and tap. And since he revived his brother, his older brother, I'm gonna assume that you kill him, you kill the link that he's resurrected him with. So it just kills them both, regardless of Lorien's health. But that, guys, is the last Lord of Cinder. So we are done. We got his soul because he didn't want to do his job and become one. So we're going to make him become a Lord of Cinder. We're going to take his soul and go and take down the soul of Cinder. I keep wanting to say Lord of Cinder. I think I did that in like episode 3 or something. But in terms of the full play, I do have an idea, and it is going to be something that's going to be fun. It is going to be a similar build to this one. It's actually going to be the build I intended to play this Let's Play with the Astoria Greatsword. So in a way, it's going to be similar, but it's not going to be like you're watching the same thing, which is good. I don't want it to make it seem like, for those that have watched this, that go and watch the full play, I don't want it to make it feel like you are watching something over again. So at least it's going to be different. And, oh, crap, I'm forgetting. I'm not clicking in L3 to jump because of Dark Souls 1. And I actually know you can change the controls in Dark Souls 1 too, and I need to do that. But, yeah, it's going to still feel a little fresh. And I think that with Brett being there and stuff, helping me commentate, it's going to allow me to concentrate on things easier. And it's also going to, be a little fun. Especially for you guys who may have stopped by the channel to see this Let's Play, and you're not familiar with Brett in Triangle Squared, you will get familiar with him in that. So we have appointed each throne with its appropriate Soul of Cinder, and then now we are ready to take ourselves back to the kiln of the First Flame. And if you have played Dark Souls 1, this is an area you are also very familiar with. And that's what I love about Dark Souls 3, is that its callbacks are so strong, and they sometimes feel a little fan servicey, but not always. Bye, Ludlith.
And the lords go without thrones. Surrender your fires to the true heir. let him grant death. To the old gods of Lordran, deliverers of the first flame.
I've always been a fan of how that cutscene transitions directly here without any kind of loading screen. But we are here, guys. We are at the last area of the game. Just a very short teleport and a walk to what is the very last boss of Dark Souls 3. Something interesting too is that if you're familiar with the DLC, this will look very familiar to you as well. It's very Ringed City-esque, and you can proceed to the first flame here. Or, I was going to say, or go to the Dreg Heap, which I thought was right over there. But it also could be that it's in the next area you get teleported to. Actually, I think it is. It's just a little bit behind you. I'm sorry, I just knocked the microphone. I apologize if that was loud. But yeah, see right here, you can go to Dreg Heap. And this is where you'll start the Ringed City DLC. And as you guys can see, it's just a monstrous looking world. This is amazing. It looks so much better, in my opinion, than what Callin of the First Flame was in the first game. And while sometimes a little fan servicey, the callbacks to Dark Souls 1 in this game are unlike any other. And we're going to go ahead and proceed and fight the Soul of Cinder. A very, very cool boss fight too, by the way, guys. Like, his style changes up pretty cool sometimes. And he pulls a sword from the bonfire, like, you know you're in for some messing when that happens. I am, though. I will say I am absolutely impressed by the guy who beat all the Dark Souls games without dying. I mean, without getting touched. Because this boss fight has always been one that has been ridiculously hard to dodge, in my opinion. And I don't even think it's a telegraphing problem. It's just how his swings are. How wide they can be. And some of his attacks have such a wide range. Uh-oh. He's going into, I think, strength mode. Yep. Nope. And that, see what I was talking about? Look. And then there goes the force of will. Wait, no. Ugh, okay. I don't think force of will is the... Oh, come on. Okay, guys, you see what I'm talking about now. I don't think force of will is what I'm thinking. I don't think force of will is a magic card, and then I'm thinking of God's wrath is the miracle, I think. Okay. Well, he beat the game. Game over. Well, I was trying to do the joy emote until that happened, because that was just phase 1. Oh, come on. And then now he does like an aerial attack followed by that, which does massive damage just to you as well. Okay. Come on now with your miracles. He's so aggressive that I love it. Like, oh, I'm glad I didn't grab by that. Was that the one that does the massive rain of them? I don't think so. Now that is the end of the game. And we have the Soul of Souls. Soul of Lords, I mean. One of the twisted souls seeped in strength. Used to acquire numerous souls or transpose used to extract its true strength. Since Lord of Gwyn, the first Lord of Cinder, many exalted lords have linked the first flame, and it is their very souls that have manifested themselves as a defender of the flame. So, we have a summon sign here, and we could summon the Firekeeper. And this is where you can get the second ending out of. Actually, you know what? At this point, I've played this game so many times, I've gotten all the endings construed in my head. That may be wrong. Her summon sign may be here. without having to give her Firekeeper eyes. I can't remember. No, I'm pretty sure touching the bonfire is the defaulted first ending without anything else.
The first flame quickly fades. Darkness will shortly settle. But one day, tiny flames will dance across the darkness. Like embers linked by Lord's path.
Oh, I had to do it. I'm so sorry for those that love the Firekeeper. Ugh, just the disrespect. It hurts my feelings. Trust me.
Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that is it. I do appreciate everybody who has stayed through the long haul, who has been here since the beginning, and that have shown support all the way through. I am very proud that one of my favorite games this generation was my very first Let's Play, and this has been quite a wild ride. So shout out to Corey, shout out to Josh, everybody in the Dark Souls like Discord that have been, you know, supportive and shown support. And I really, really hope that everybody has enjoyed this series. I really hope that maybe one day it'll come back and everybody will enjoy that one as well. But until next time, this has been a bittersweet ending, and I will see you guys once again. Thank you all, and goodbye.